So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's online meditation, Saja Yoga online meditation coming from the UK. We will follow a very familiar format this evening, so we'll do some meditating together. And then, as it's me, I will play a little bit of sitar for our meditation, and then we'll listen to a talk from Shri Mataji talking to yogis in 1984. It's not a puja talk, it's just an evening with the yogis. And then we can listen to some music at the end again. So if we start off together, we can raise Kundalini, put on Bandhan, do Namaskar. So we can close our eyes and bring our attention back inside. And just notice what we feel on our hands, what we feel within ourselves, in our body, and also with our attention on the top of the head. What do we feel? Can we rest our attention in Sahasrara? Is it easy to do that? Can we do it without distraction, without thinking? So just checking in where we're at. And it's always a paradox, isn't it? To sit to meditate, like it's something that we do or that we can do. When really it's just an opportunity to allow the Kundalini to rise and to take our attention with the action of our desire, to take our attention up into the Sahasrara. So it's in many ways, meditation is just a process of surrender. Surrendering to the Kundalini within. Letting go of our thoughts, our plans, our desires. The only desire we hold is that we should go into meditation, into this state of meditation. Again, not something that we do, but a state that we enter into. We can start this process, this journey, if you like, with our attention in the Muladhara chakra on Sri Ganesha. So we know that it's auspicious at the beginning of any endeavor to seek the blessings of Sri Ganesha. So we can all within ourselves, we can pray to Sri Ganesh to please remove all the obstacles, all and any obstacles within us or in our environment, all the obstacles to the rising of Kundalini. Sri Ganesh, we humbly pray, you remove all these obstacles and that you clear the way for Sri Kundalini to rise within us. And again, we can draw our attention up the central channel to the Sasrara. And see again, can we rest it there? Can we do that without effort? Can we do it without distraction, without thought? So one of the obvious impediments is our thinking mind, the thoughts that bubble up in our right side. So if we put our left hand on our liver and we can all pray within ourselves to Sri Chandrama to please cool the right side, cool our liver, settle down our thinking, reduce our thinking, reduce our planning. Shri Chandrama, please cool our liver, cool the right side. Now, left hand back on our lap. Our right hand on the left heart. So the seat of the spirits within us. Here we can just say the affirmation to ourselves. Shamataji, I am the spirit. Shamataji, I am the spirit. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my desires. I'm not this body. I am the spirit. You can stand one step back, if you like, and say, Shamataji, I'm not these thoughts. I'm not these emotions. I'm not this body. I am the pure spirit. And we can also say, pray to Sri Shiva here, say to Sadashiva, please forgive me for any mistakes I make, knowingly or unknowingly, against the spirit. Anything that takes me away, takes my attention away from the spirit, please forgive me. And again, I'll hand back on that. And we draw our attention up central channel on the Muladhara, from the base of the spine all the way up to the Agya chakra. If you want, you can put your right hand across the Agya. With our attention here, we say the familiar affirmation, Shamataji, I forgive everyone. Mataji, I forgive everyone, everything. And allow your attention again to be drawn up into the Sahasrara. And we sit with our attention in Sahasrara. I'll play a short piece of sitar for us to meditate to. So, giving our attention in Sasrara, we will now listen to a talk from Shrimataji from 1987. And I can't remember the details of it, I'm afraid, but it's a talk to Sahajogis in London somewhere, I think.
I'm just watching all the beauty. You look so beautiful at the airport. Such a joy for me to see you in that shape. It's a rare occasion sometimes that you feel oneness with the whole universe. Absolutely oneness with the whole universe. When you feel the love that exists between all of you. It's the love between you, oneness between you. The way you all have opened your heart to each other as good human beings, as realized souls, as saints, is the most fulfilling and satisfying thing for me. When a saint used to meet another saint, say in India, what would happen? There was a saint in Maharashtra who was a tailor, but he was a saint. Saint is a saint, whether he is a tailor or he could be anything. And there was another saint who was a potter, who used to make pots and things like that out of clay. So this saint, Namadeva, went to see this potter who was making some pots out of clay. And he looked at him. And the feeling that came into his heart, he's expressed, he was a great poet also, Namadeva. So he says, in Marathi piece, but I'll translate it in English. I came here to see the Chaitanya, the formless. But the formless is standing before me in the form. To appreciate the other saint, he said, now the whole Chaitanya, the whole all-pervading power of God's love has come in your form before me. I see it. How to address, just think of it. At that moment, spontaneously, he said this. That is how we are all saints. And saints have to see that you are the form of that love of God's all-pervading power. You are in the form of that, all of you. I think that day you were standing in the rain and sleet with all your children. For a mother, it's too much to see such beautiful feelings for me. But the feelings among yourselves, the open-heartedness, the pure love that filled the whole atmosphere with such beauty. It's not just talking. It's not just writing letters or sending birthday cards or something like that. It's from the heart. You have to feel each other that you are all saints. You are different people. You have to support each other. You have to look after each other. You have to understand each other because you are people of a different awareness, living among people who are blind, who can hit you, who can do some harm to you. The other day I was reading Ganeshwara. Can you imagine? He died at the age of 23 years. At such a young age as 23 years. And the Ganeshwari he wrote was at the age of 21 years. And what a genius. I mean, you read it, I just don't understand. How could he penetrate so deep? He described you all. As I have told you many a times, he has described you as the oceans of, the walking oceans of ambrosia. Talking trees and the forests of the trees of bliss and beatitude. That wherever you will go, you will bless people. Wherever you stand, you will be auspicious. You will create harmony, peace, and joy. That's your work, that's your style, that's what you are here for. But beware, you have to be very careful. Because the surroundings seem to be quite deceptive and quite troublesome. And from that surrounding you are coming out, suddenly, into a new surrounding, where you have known what is divine love, what is divinity. One has to be very careful, because the forces that are negative are very strong and working at you all the time. Because you've come from matter. You have evolved from matter. And it's easy to go to matter, to materialism, to the materialistic ideas. And this materialism takes you to primitiveness. All your culture, all your beauty will drop out as soon as you take to materialism. If everything becomes money, there's no place for God, no place for love, no place for beauty or for any graciousness. Money is for us, we are not for the money. Money should be at our command. We don't have to give up anything for that. And here then we see the materialism coming up in a very different way, very subtle ways, and we do not see it. Then you are slowly drifting towards materialism. When you see yourself in the collective, That's the only way you can get out of materialism. Because you are in reality a collective being. You are not an individual that way. But the matter divides you from each other. And when you realize that we are not slaves of matter, matter is our slave. We are not going to be dominated by any matter. Then you can feel that love. One goes to absurd limits if you take to materialism. And everything can be explained in the name of materialism. But in the name of divine, how far can you go and explain? You have to just enjoy it. When you enjoy, you don't want to explain or talk about it, just want to enjoy. Divinity is to be enjoyed within and without. It's within you. Divinity is within you, but is to be enjoyed. That's only possible if you understand that you are not going to be dominated by any matter whatsoever. I'm sorry I'm here for such a short time. I wish I could be with you forever, which I am, I think. But your brothers and sisters everywhere, the whole world has this message with them. Some of you have met them in India. All the Indians have sent their love to you, lots of love. And they didn't know what to send you from there. Something special, so they sent me. Sometimes I feel all of us should meet somewhere. All of us, from all over the world, from every corner of the world, all the great saints who are in these modern times should meet each other, talk to each other, enjoy each other, and understand each other. That's the time we'll think that a new era has started of love, of trust, of enjoyment of other human beings. When you start enjoying another person, then only we can say that you are in the collective. Like my finger, if it pains, the another one tries to soothe it. And I feel the soothing without feeling any gratitude or without feeling any sort of a obligation. So always I say about collectivity. Those who cannot be collective, those who cannot open their hearts, those who keep aloof, those who think they are, some of them might be thinking we are great Sajogis because we are very old Sajogis. Some might be thinking we are very intelligent, some that we are rich and poor and all that. All these differences should disappear. Who's crying? She's crying? What's the matter?
Clapping made him jump.
The clapping made him jump.
Allowed it.
The clapping made the baby jump.
Oh. One day they'll all grow up. I was thinking when they'll grow up, they'll clap much more than you will do. Little more time we need, somehow. All these great people will be becoming great Sajogis and will give us such a pleasure, such a joy, such a happiness. Today, I wanted to speak about something, but I'll just put it as a question to you all, and I would like to have an answer from you. You can write to me, or let's see. or you can discuss. That as formally, as other saints have said, that once you get your realization, you are lost. You can't speak about it. You can just tell them by some similes, metaphors, this, that, but you cannot really give them the experience by telling them. And that's why many saints decided that after realization it's better to disappear. Even Yaneshwara took his samadhi, he went into a room and he died in that room. Because they could not say much about it. They could not tell much about it. But today that's not the situation. Like Kabira has said that when a drop becomes the ocean, what can you say? You are lost. You are no more there. You are all finished. So what has happened in Sahaja Yoga, today's Sahaja Yoga, that we are all talking about it, experiencing it and enjoying it? That's the question for all the Sahaja Yogis to solve. Lilith, you can explain? Did you hear my question? No? You didn't hear my question? See, what I said was that formally, those people who got realization got lost, right? As you were lost just now into thoughtless awareness. But you can come back and you can tell people, you can talk about it, and many people disappeared. Actually, they didn't want to live after getting realization for a long time because they could not explain, talk to people about it. Also, they said that how can a person who has no tongue tell about the taste of the jaggery? It's a kind of a sweet. So there was a problem with them. All of them had a problem. But now you don't have that problem. So what has happened in Sahaja Yoga that you have no problem? So think it over and write to me, all right? So I don't know what to say anymore. Just we are enjoying our rapport with each other, isn't it? That's all sitting down here. Anybody has any questions? Anybody who is a new person can ask a question, would be a good idea. Because these people have no questions now.
So we can draw our meditation to a culmination, to an end. By, as we often do, by with our attention in Sasvara, just feeling that thanks, or feeling the, the blessing that we have from the work, the hard work, and or the teaching, the lecturing, the talking, the giving realization that Sri Mataji has done for all of us, for humanity. So we can just feel that, the glow of that good fortune, if that's the word. Have a good guru is a great blessing. So we can all thank Sri Mataji in our own hearts, in our own way. All she's given us. And then we can, those of us who wish, they can raise Kundalini, Adhan Bandhan, and draw the meditation to a close. I will put on some sitar music for those who want to meditate a bit longer. So feels a shame to stop listening, but we have to finish at some point. So this recording is on Amruta. If you were interested in finding it, it's from 1987. It's Buddhaditya Mukherjee in Ganapatipule. So it carries on in a similar vein. Quite an amazing concert. Anyway, we draw our time together to a close. Thank you all for coming. Hope you've enjoyed the meditation and that you can take it with you into the rest of your evening and the rest of your week. See you all again. Jai Shri Mataji.